Hey there, welcome back to Atelier RGS. I'm Rob Smith. Today's plan is to get back on the Morini project and strip the frame ready for repainting. I'm hoping not to find any horrors, but let's find out. Okay, so the reason I'm doing this is, although the frame appears to be in pretty good condition, if you look closely, you can start to see that there's quite a lot of paint flaking off. There's surface rust pretty much everywhere. It's particularly bad on the bottom down there. And yeah, the paint itself is kind of flaking off all by itself. And if you look at some of the other parts, like this is the center stand, I actually just jet washed this about an hour ago, and the jet wash was taking the paint off, so it's pretty much junk. So the idea is I'm going to use the angle grinder with these, I think they're a silicon carbide sort of foam mesh thing. They're pretty good for getting paint off. Apparently I've used them mainly for stripping the mill scale off some steel, but they work really well. So I'm going to use that as much as I can on the frame, and anything that will fit in the sandblaster will get sandblasted. So that's the plan. I've got a few little bits to get off the frame, including this foam, which is used to support the tank. I'm hoping that's the bit that worries me if there's any rust under there. And there's some nuts and bolts and things I've missed. So I'll get that off, then I'll get full hazmat it up, and we'll get going. So cue the music. Well, these discs are doing a really good job. I mean, they just rip through the paint and get the surface rust off. Really good, and don't damage the metal in any way. I'm swapping them over now. I mean, there's still, you can see there's still loads of meat left on that, but it's just the corners worn out, and you need that to get into the, well, into the corners, I guess. I'm trying something else as well, something else new. So like I think pretty much any angle grinder, this Ryobi comes with one of these nuts, I guess you say, to hold the discs on, and you have a slim spanner that fits in behind it, and then you've got a spanner with a couple of lugs that locates that. And I can never find it, so I ordered some of these, which is an M14 nut that fits on these, but with a bit that you fold up so you can do it up with your fingers. So we'll give it a go. So does it actually fit? It appears to. So yeah, you just do that. And then this one you can lock like that. Give it a bit of a twist. See how it works. be using the sandblaster to clean up things like the swinging arm, the centre stand, basically all the other black bits that bolt to the frame. They're all in a similar condition, as you can see, to the frame. So hopefully nothing serious, but just lots of flaky paint and surface rust to deal with. So yeah, this is a 40 litre Vevor sandblaster cabinet. I've done a review of this elsewhere, so I'll put a link in the description below. But let's get to it. Okay, it's a couple of days later, and that was significantly more work than I expected, even with all the tools I've got. So where did we get to? Well, we've got the frame pretty much stripped, although I did find a small amount on the back that I've missed, so I shall have to do that a bit later. Just down there, that's the pipe that the centre stand swings on, the one that was stuck. So I'll have to get in there with a wire brush on a mini grinder. But overall, frame came up pretty good. No significant rust. I was worried about here because that's where that foam pad, you may remember, that supports the back of the fuel tank goes, but that was pretty good underneath. So we've got the engine mounts cleaned, we've got the side stand done. These, I'll come back to those actually. Centre stand, swinging arms fine, along with this bar that goes with it. Centre stand, battery box. Managed to save the sticker that's on the number plate, which is the National Sprint Association. No idea of the history of that. My friend Alan used to be a member. Stuff that's still to do is a couple of the cast aluminium things. So we've got the top yoke. Luckily the sport bit just unclips from the back, and the clock mounts, which are in a pretty shoddy state, to be fair. These are both aluminium, so I'm not going to sandblast those. I'll just probably lightly wire wheel them, maybe use the paint stripper like I did before. And then the last bit is these rather hideous items, which are, it's the stalks on the indicators. I've done two of them. Those were the bits I skipped over. So they clean up pretty easily. These were originally chromed back in the depths of time, and the chrome was pretty rubbish, obviously, and came off, and then I painted it pretty badly, and that came off. So what I'm planning to do with these, I mean, the actual indicators themselves are plastic, so that's fine. I'm going to put them in the sandblaster before I put it away, clean them up, and I'm going to have a go at nickel plating them. So that'll probably be the next video. I was hoping to move straight onto painting all this stuff, but we've got the builders in. So as you can see, there's quite a lot of stuff in the way. I'm hoping in the next few days, Patrick, our builder, will be moving that stuff onto the work site, and then I can set up a spraying area and undercoat these and then spray them black. Probably going to go for, well, I am going to go for a satin black because I bought it. So yeah, that's where we are. Thanks again for watching. We've just launched, exciting news, exciting to me anyhow, we've just launched our shop. So we've got some t-shirts, hats, mugs, things like that. I think Prada and Gucci are running a bit scared now. So if you want to support the channel, check out the shop. I'll put the link below. Or, you know, just subscribe, share, comment as normal. I particularly like the comments. It gets a bit of a conversation going. So again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.